Hello and welcome, Foxes. Our lore video today is on the Kharidian desert. Want to help me grow? Check back in next week for the Kandran and Fremnik provinces lore video. It's gonna be great. Do you like using custom emojis? Tired of waiting for my videos to drop? Want to get to know me? Becoming a channel member not only helps me grow, but gives you a ton of perks too. You'll find the link in the bio below. Thanks, Foxes. Kharidian-Zarosian War. The Kharidian Empire found themselves being invaded by the god Zaros during the mid-Second Age. He was looking to expand his large empire. Eladinis, Humikan, Asmakut, Ikhlarin, and the rest of the Pantheon fought to defend their lands, but lacked the power necessary to push back Zaros. Zaros stole land, piece by piece, until the situation could no longer be ignored. So Ikhlarin and Amaskut went looking for allies to help them defeat the mighty Zarosian army. They wandered to Freniske, home to the powerful and near-immortal race of the Maharat. They managed to convince some of them to help and soon found the tide of battle changing into the Kharidian Empire's favor. It wasn't long until they were able to reclaim all of their land, but Ikhlarin was unable to see the new threat on the horizon. The Kharidian Empire was successful in this war, but the Maharat grew restless and instead decided to join Zaros' forces. The Kharidian Desert Campaign. This is the unofficial name given to the battles and skirmishes that occurred during the God Wars in the Third Age. These were very devastating and saw some of the most intense conflict during the God Wars. The Kharidian Desert was able to avoid conflict for the first 3,000 years of the God Wars, unlike the rest of Gielinor. During the last 1,000 years, though, the Amarakians and Saradominists began invading, searching new lands and resources. Of course, they were focused on fighting each other during this time, but soon the local Menephites started to get slaughtered and became the new targets of the Zamarakians. This caused the destabilization of the Menephite pantheon. An ancient city by the name of Olek was attacked, and although not much is known about the Battle of Olek, we know that Balfrog Kriath, a three-faced demon, destroyed the city on orders from Zamarakian invaders during the God Wars, leaving only ruins behind. The Battle of Uzir. The Battle of Uzir was a battle between the desert city of Uzir and the military of the Zamarakian elder demon named Thamaran. The city of Uzir, in hopes of defending themselves, had aligned with Saradomin, who granted the city its military might, which included warriors and mages. Unfortunately, Thamaran was able to bypass Uzir's defenses by opening a portal that teleported him and his army straight to Uzir. Thamaran laid siege to the city, and eventually, Uzir's forces were wiped out. As a last-ditch effort, Uzir turned its city into a golem factory, creating a golem army to fight Thamaran and his forces. Thankfully, it was working. Soon, the golem army was able to wound and push Thamaran back into the portal and seal it. Thamaran died shortly after. Sadly, around the year 3669 and the end of the God Wars, Uzir was leveled to the ground, with only one golem having survived. Most all of Uzir's settlers were either killed or had fled in the attack, leaving behind that one sole golem. It's possible that Armadil's forces might have also participated in the battle, as his symbol is carved into the Temple of Uzir along with Saradomin, Zamorak, and Thamarin. Also, the creation of clay golems has long been lost, and no one has dared to try and recover it, mostly in part due to the Saradomin church considering golems as abominations. The Menephites were wiped out along with Ulik and Uzir. Fortunately, Sophanim, Menephos, and Narda were able to survive. The Great Carpet Crash of 76. It's speculated this happened towards the end of the Fourth Age, which resulted in the death of the Sultan of Al-Kharid. Unfortunately, the Sultan, who was excited to ride his magic carpet, had mistakenly taken an unenchanted doormat from his room and jumped off one of the tall towers of the Al-Kharid palace and plummeted to his death. Because of this, the citizens called a ban on magic carpets, and though it wasn't a law, they dropped in popularity, only coming back in the Fifth Age under Ali Morrison. You can see the carpet from the crash in an exhibit in the Al-Kharid Palace. The Al-Kharid-Menephos War. Taking part in the Kharidian Desert, the Al-Kharid Emirates located in the north had a series of conflicts with the great city of Menephos in the south. The war had lasted for centuries, supposedly stemming from the Menephites trying to expand their territory. They have been largely unsuccessful though, as the desert makes it hard for large armies to cross the vast distance to Al-Kharid. They currently entertain a strained peace between them. I've greatly enjoyed putting these together for you guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time.